Hi, I'm Yapo, and with me today is Ice Phoenix.
Hello.
And today I'm playing against Woop's Beneath the Fold, which is a high elf team. So you see, I saw there I have four mercenaries. He's got one, and I bought a wizard with my inducement money.
Wizards are great.
Yeah, I thought about getting an apothecary and a babe, but I was like, you know what? Wizards are way more fun. We'll go
Are
with
you gonna
wizards.
use are you gonna use the fireball or the lightning bolt?
I generally, when I get a wizard, try and use the fireball because if you are patient, there's almost always a time where you can get like four guys with it, which statistically means you should hit at least two of them.
Exactly.
And if you hit him, you knock him down, and it's like hitting a guy with mighty blows. So that's pretty good.
Yep.
So,
And plus elves. Fuck elves.
well, his elves are actually tougher than my team. They've got armor value 8 because they're high elves.
Oh, okay. Snooty elves.
Yep. These are actually, high elves are fairly similar to the dark elf team, but focus more on passing. Since their passer comes with like safe throw and their catchers have 8 movement.
Great start for you, I see.
Always.
At least you didn't roll blitz.
Yeah.
Especially with that kickoff location.
Well, he's got a kicker, which is actually, I think, a first for teams I've played, and I kept forgetting that he had a kicker. And so he did kick shallow there, probably in an attempt to get a blitz and catch it.
Makes sense. I do that a lot. And even without it, when you have a high agility team going against someone who doesn't have a whole lot of agility, you can pressure the ball really quickly.
Norse loners are really, really good. Both of those guys are actually loners that just knock down those elves on both downs.
Nice.
Yep, so Norse loners are probably the best in the game, so it's not actually that bad for me to have four of them.
Yeah, starting with block is always nice, especially for a loner, since you don't want to use your rerolls.
Yeah, loner rerolls are terrible. Another thing of note about Whoop's team is that he has 3 players with plus agility, so he's got 3 5 agility guys. One of them is actually out for this game, but the other one has leap. It means he
Oh,
can.
that's so basically your cages do well, I guess, except provide assists.
Yeah, leap means he can move 2 spaces over players without having to make any dodges on the 2+ roll, which is terrible and I hate it. Because you basically can't pin them down ever.
Right. I don't have a whole lot of experience seeing leap used. I haven't played Wood Elves very much, and they're really the only team that does it a lot. So
They're pretty much almost any team that's got a 4 agility player that gets plus agility will consider a leap because it's very, very good. Also, Wood Elves have 2 players that start with leap, so
yeah, I've seen it used with Wood Elves a couple times, but other than that,
leap is a pretty dangerous roll because it's an unmodified agility roll, meaning that even if you have 4 agility, it's a 3+, and there's no skill that gives it an automatic reroll, like dodge. So,
but you can still use a team reroll, I'm assuming.
right, but it's a good way to spend a lot of rerolls.
Right. But then an agility 5, it's a 2+.
Right, so it's a lot better.
Just like a going for it.
That's true, but it always works more than going for it because fuck going for it's forever.
Exactly.
Alright. And as weird as it sounds, it's a bad idea to double mark Norse like this. Because if you leave players free nearby, because all I gotta do is get one push, or get one knockdown on the number 5 guy, or a push, and I can free up my ball carrier.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that's why you mark all the elves, make
yep,
them roll.
elves failing dodges.
And how many high elves start with dodge?
None of them, I want to say. The catcher starts with catch, I believe. And the blitzers start with block, but I don't think any of them actually start with dodge.
Hmm.
Which is very handy.
Very.
Yeah, no dodge on any of them. Alright, and so instead of pushing the one guy off, I'll push him over here so the lineman there can block him off.
Yep. I actually probably would have blitzed number 1 so that number 2 would have a 2-die block on number 5.
And
Then
I
you
made a mistake here. I should have followed him up because now I don't have an open channel. But
right.
it'll be okay. We'll get it sorted.
You've got a pretty decent setup still. He's screening, but it's not that heavily set up yet.
Nah, that's not the worst. Yeah, I actually have Mangle Armor is actually probably one of the most dodgy players in this game, except for his five agility guys both have dodge, but I think that's about it. So.
And there's your double skulls.
Yep.
Into double pows, nice.
There's one. That was actually the loner too. So.
And loner casualty.
I think that's the loners at least. No, that's Fumble Vader. My bad.
Oh, that's good.
That was his loner that I just punched.
Oh, good for him. If you're gonna lose a player, it's always good when it's the loners.
Yep. So that was like sweet. It's like, yeah, 1 dice block. He doesn't have block. It'll be fine. It's like, all right. What do I want to do next? Because I kind of want to get the ball carrier over there between all my guys, if nothing else. And it's like, all right, I'll get 1 more block in, and then I'm gonna dodge this guy through because I still have my reroll. Oh wait, no, I don't because I used it on the double skull. Anyway, he's got it. It's paid.
He's got it.
He's fine.
You forgot you had the reroll, therefore you won't need it.
See,
Just like Prehensile Tail.
if you ever forget Prehensile Tail or diving tackle is there, it just doesn't work. Alright, so this isn't the best cage at all. In fact, it's kind of a piss poor cage, but there's a lot of guys around there, so.
Yeah, I noticed the significant lack of protection over the top.
Yeah, but you know, it's okay. He's fine. And I get all my linemen punched, which is kind of weird. I guess he's trying to push the man advantage since he has higher armor value. But
Yeah, getting a man advantage against Norse is critical because with all that block, they're going to start knocking you out eventually.
and wrestle, king of skills.
King of skills indeed. But then Sven's got it.
Yep. Sven's the best. And it's good because he's already used his blitz and number 13 has already used his action, so there's no way for him to get the ball now.
Yep, all he can do is some slightly risky dodges to get some tackle zones on him.
Or that.
Or that.
Alright. Yeah, Woop's actually pretty good. He's the same guy I played in the HD test video. He's really good with screening on the elves and setting up plays as far as like dodging and stuff goes. So I was a bit concerned coming into this game.
Nice dodging there, Yappo.
Yeah. I'm actually on Woop's team. He bought a catcher, I think, just as the league started and named him Yappo, so that's the number 4 there.
Yep, that's the one that just had to use a reroll on a dodge.
Yeti doing
once again, doesn't want to hurt anyone, just likes giving him naps.
Yep. So, you know, breaks armor, knocks him down, gets a KO so he doesn't actually get any SPP. Alright, do you see my plan here?
Yep, you're going for the push to free him up. I'm guessing, yep. And then push him to the left.
Yep, and then number 13 there pushes him off.
And that's how you break a screen. Or, not a screen, but a cage.
That's how you get 2 guys who are marking you off at the same time.
Yep.
And free up guys to go cage downfield. So I got 3 guys who aren't currently in any tackle zones, including the ball carrier, so that's always good. And I decided that I was going to hand off to Squizgar and run him downfield behind the Yeti and Peyton up there. So that's my plan. I'm kind of caging and running downfield. Although he's got elves, so he'll just dodge out and run over there. But it was a good thought.
It was. The way you're talking makes me think that something horrible is going to happen.
No, I mean, he's just elves, so that guy, there's 2 guys down there near the Berserkers and that can just dodge out. It's a 2+ dodge with a reroll. I mean, it's not like it's a hard roll to make.
Right.
But the other thing is, since Yeti's up there, Disturbing Presence keeps him from throwing the ball away a little bit more. Doesn't have his thrower, so no pass reroll or anything like that.
Disturbing Presence is another one of those skills that only works if you remember about it.
And it's kind of one of those skills that you would never ever take on like a skill up, but it's handy to have.
Yeah.
It's like Thick Skull.
Thick Skull is great. We were discussing earlier for the random league that if a stunty ends up with a Thick Skull, they'll be stunned on an 8 but KO'd on a 7.
That'll be nice.
Of course, that would require doubles, because I believe Thick Skull is a strength skill.
Yes, that is correct. But anyhow, he rerolled a safe block there trying to get my ball carrier down, but Squizgar's awesome, so. And Horn's Concussed Beastman there in the middle of nowhere, which is great because he can move 1 space when he stands up.
He's got to be careful with those ankles.
It's very true. And I'm just trying to get it where I can do some pushing here. Because it's like, alright, I get a push, and I'll shove the ball carrier off, and then I'll have an assist from the Yeti, or shove him off the ball carrier, and then I can get a 2 dice block and hopefully knock him down. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's a good strategy there, because it frees it well. You got 1 guy in the ball carrier, but it's much better than 2.
Yeah.
And safe blocks. 1
Double
die block with
skulls.
a reroll.
Yep, so that's the second double skulls so far. 4 turns. I don't think I've thrown 72 blocks. But could be wrong, And that is bad scatter.
Yeah, that's the only way, because the scatter bit ended up on an elf, caught it.
And now I got no tackle zones on the ball, and there are 3 elves standing around it. Well, 2 now, but
Does he have anyone downfield?
no.
Yeah,
luckily.
I can. Well,
Oh,
I
wait,
can
no,
see number
he's got-
7 at the bottom.
Yeah, he's got a catcher down there.
That can.
Yeah, that's a standard elf strategy. Is you run a guy downfield and basically keep a guy in scoring position at all times.
Yo.
Disturbing Presence, not helpful.
AG5.
Well, he's in a tackle zone, which means it's a 3+ to catch with Disturbing Presence.
True, but I mean with AG5 you can do a lot more without really worrying about things like Disturbing Presence.
Yeah, and I'm not really
Tackle
sure
zones.
why he decided to blitz with that guy.
Yeah, I would have just dodged out and tossed his number 7,
Yeah, that's what I figured he would have done. But
because number 7 would have just outranged your entire team.
yeah, and he could have stalled for at least a turn. Which, stalling is boring, but it's important in league games like this.
Yeah, in league games you have to play to win, even if you're playing a little boring by stalling.
And Fumble Badger doing good work this game.
Yeah.
It's like, alright, how am I going to get a blitz on the ball carrier? Because I know I can do it. I know I can get a 2 dice on him.
Might have to do going for it.
Yeah, but it's worth it to hit the ball carrier. It's like, alright, Sven can get down there, but he's got to dodge out. So,
AG3 dodges.
with no dodge, yeah. I was like, alright. And I stood the loner up there as surf tempt because I don't really care if he surfs my loner.
Right.
And that would be
Then
guys.
it makes him make a dodge if he wants to get away from it.
Right, and guys, he's committing to the sideline if he tries to do it. It's like, alright, we doing this thing?
Good Yeti.
Yes.
Another nap out.
He has been a very good Yeti. This game, at least. Alright, so Sven can jump up and run down there for the assist. It's like, alright, I can mark him so I don't get the negative assist. And then it's like, alright, he's got 4 agility and dodge. We're going for this thing.
You can do it. Come on, Mangle Armor. I also like how you commented on the tissue paper of 8AV when Claw is what's breaking it.
That's actually Woop talking about 8AV being tissue paper.
Oh.
See, he's fine. But the other guy has dodge, so... I was hoping I could get another push here and push him to the sideline, but... because that's still an easy dodge out.
Yeah, that's what, a 2+?
Yep. With it, actually, no, that's one of his blitzers, so that's a 2+ into a single tackle zone. But
nice.
Stands up his guys just in case he fails, and then he'll make a run for it, probably at this point, because it's not very safe standing there right now.
No. He's got a frenzy guy, and he's with 2 frenzy guys and another assist.
So I'm down my drive. He gets both of his KOs back. So
at least, and he hasn't knocked anyone for you out, so that's good.
Yeah. And I'm still up a player right now, so that's helpful.
Right. Definitely.
And I kept forgetting he had kick, so I set up like single man back, and he was doing deep kicks. It's like shit. And Squizguard gets hit with a rock.
That's not good.
But I have this turn and 2 more, so it's not like it's super hard to do.
3 turns is pretty easy to score in if you can get the right rolls.
So my plan here is really just standard sideline run, but I'm going to throw to Mangle Armor since he's got 4 agility, and I don't have Odin to target.
Exactly.
And block on the loners comes in really, really handy.
Yeah. Well, and plus with the 4 agility, that way if he marks you, you can at least have an easier chance of dodging out.
Yep, he's also my only guy with dodge on the field, so he's harder to knock down since I don't believe Woop has any tackle. Like myself at this point, since Suds is missed next game.
Right. Fortunately, he doesn't have very much dodge on the team yet. Wild animal.
Yeah, but still tackle zone, so it could be worse.
Right.
And at this distance, Peyton can't even attempt that pass. I thought about it, but I was like, man, that's a 6+.
Leaves the ball on the field for the AG5 pickup.
Yeah. Like, even if he gets it next to him, it's still a 2+ pickup for one of those AG5 blitzers, so it's like, alright, we're not going to do that.
And like you said, you still have 2 more turns after this one, so scoring isn't exactly going to be a problem if you can get the ball to him.
Yeah, so ran him up a little bit. He's fairly safe back there, but so he's got dodge, so he'll be alright.
Yep.
So next turn I'll run Peyton up and throw it at him, which he is well acquainted with being elves. That's one of his prime strategies, is sit a guy in the backfield and then in one turn rush a guy up. And,
dead loner.
Yeah, who cares?
What a pity.
We will mourn his loss for approximately 3 seconds and then move on with our life. But yeah, he knows where the pass is going, so that's actually one of his 5 agility guys who will intercept on a 4+ in the open field.
Not bad. Well, there's a Yeti there though, so it'd be a 5+, right?
That's true.
Disturbing presence.
Yep. But still, that's not a roll I want to risk.
No.
And he knows that, which is why he put the guy there. So now, if I want to throw it to him, I've got to risk a pretty strong interception chance or try and get that guy out of the way. And he put another one in there just for good measure.
Is number 4 AG5 as well?
No. Only the blitzers are. Number 1 and number 2. 1, I believe, is the one that has leap.
Okay.
It's like, alright, and I want to throw from, like, right there.
I like the pass attempt standing right next to the guy.
Yeah, I was trying to get the range finder for it. Because I'm bad with the ranges.
No, I don't. I'm the same way.
I was like, alright, Yeti's got this. And he puts a tackle zone and disturbing presence, so it makes it a 6+. If he wants to try and intercept it. And I was like, okay, I need more tackle zones on these guys just in case.
For the inevitable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because an interception will cause a turnover too.
Anything where you lose possession of the ball.
Yep.
I believe, correct? Yeah.
That's correct. So, which is also why if you're new to Cyanide, you want to go in the settings and turn off automatic piling on.
Yeah.
I learned after I got piling on my first Berserker in Cyanide, and he was a Valkyrie and he tried to blitz his way out. Knocked a guy down, and I turned over.
That's kind of amazing.
It was horrible. I was like, oh my god, no. Alright, and so now I've got a pretty good shot. He's only got one chance at intercepting. And it's in 2 tackle zones, so... And disturbing presence, or no, not disturbing presence. And Peyton is amazing, so...
Yep. Yeah, disturbing presence doesn't throws, does it? Just catches?
No, yeah, just catches, and it only works on the opposite team. I guess my team's used to it by now.
Yep.
It's like, alright, he doesn't have very many elves that can reach me, and I've got dodge, so...
Sven, doing work.
This isn't the best setup, but... I don't have very many turns left, and not a whole lot of options, so...
Right. He can get a 2-die block on you, but you do have blocks.
I got block and dodge.
Block and dodge.
And he has no tackle, so it's got to take a POW.
A power wrestle.
Yeah, I don't think his wrestler's in range, though. I forget where it is, but... Even with wrestle, I've got jump up, so... And 4 agility, so picking up the ball isn't super duper hard. See? Dodge. Amazing.
Dodge is great. Now you just need to blitz that guy off, and you're home free.
Mm-hmm. And since he's dodging all his elves away, that means I don't have to make dodges getting out. He really hates my loners for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But he's always targeting them.
Maybe he just feels sorry for you.
Probably. So he's like, man.
Going for it.
Yep.
He's used all his rerolls so far.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you have to keep dodging. You roll the ones.
So I've got, last turn, I've got a 4 agility guy with dodge. He's got a, if he were to just try and run right now, he's got to make a 3+ dodge and then a 2+ dodge.
3 double skulls.
Yep, first half. It's like, alright, I will do this. And my hope was I could get a 2 dice block here. And, like, get a POW.
Frenzy would have still followed up. But
right,
I suppose
but if I got a
just
POW,
do 1 dodge. Yeah.
I could have pushed the top guy.
That makes sense.
And would have had no tackle zones. But he can dodge out just fine, so...
Sven's got it.
Yeah. No, that's Mangle Armor.
Oh, it's Mangle Armor.
Yep.
Berserkers. They're great.
They really are. So yeah, there's my dead mercenary.
Now you're
Journeyman,
eating
I
up.
suppose. No, it's he's got one more turn to punch.
I mean, in men, 10-10.
Oh, yep. Yep. And he's set up kind of for the one-turn touchdown, but this is a really weird setup for it.
Yeah. We got a reroll to help.
Yeah, that helps. And yet he actually had a good kick. And this is bad if you're trying to do a one turn because you have to push like 5 or 6 times. So
Right.
he actually had to spend his reroll on a block that would knock the guy down.
It's a shame that you didn't get a riot because he's set up really nicely for a fireball there too.
Yeah. Could get what, 6 in there?
Yep.
That would have been lovely, but it's okay. I'll save it for a rainy day.
Yeah. Foreshadowing?
Well, I remember I have the wizard. Just gotta wait for the right time to use it. I almost forgot though. Like there was a couple turns in there where I just completely forgot, and then I started looking at my sidebar. It's got all the information on there. I was like, oh hey, I have a wizard still. And didn't get a push on a 3 dice block, so
Nice.
no more chances for him.
No one turns.
Nope. But he can get a pass, and I think probably punch one of the linemen.
He is receiving at the start of the second half as well.
Yep. So this is not the best spot to be in, but it's not horrible. Because we're even at 10 players, and I mean, we're tied, he's going to receive, but he'll score probably quickly, and I'll probably have a little time to score back and try and get some more guys off the field.
Yep. And hopefully he won't do the same to you. Although he's not using his AV advantage very much.
No, it's not been as big of a factor.
Vanity pass.
Yep, got to get that SPP. Yeah, not a terribly exciting end to the first half here, but that's kind of what happened. So we'll see you for the next one.
Should have fouled.